I want to tell you about one of my biggest fears. Is that okay? Oh, it may sound small to you, I don't know, but it was big for me. So, when I was 10, I did this piano recital. And it was at Phoenix College. And it was in their grand auditorium. And it was full. And so I was doing this piano recital with 4 other kids. And these kids were like child prodigies. And I had no idea what I was doing there. Seriously, I was like, I don't know why I'm playing. Like, these kids are amazing. Well, the 4 kids went on stage, and they played their pieces, and they were all impeccable. And all their parents and everyone was in the crowd, and they were so proud. And I was going last. And because my dad is a singer-songwriter, and growing up, he always taught me, Tiamo, if you're ever on stage and you mess up, just keep playing. Because the audience won't know the difference, and who cares, and you'll get to the end of the song, and everybody will love it. And if you actually stop, it makes it worse. So keep playing to the end. So I always remembered that lesson. And so I sat down at the piano, and I had this piece that I had memorized by Tchaikovsky. And I sat down to play this piece, and I started playing it, and 10 seconds into the piece, my mind went totally blank. Now, let me remind you, I was 10 years old. So it's not like I could ad-lib and just improvise and pull it off. Like, I wasn't that talented. But I remembered the lesson in the back of my head, keep playing until the end. So I just made it up as I went along. And it was the biggest train wreck you've ever heard. People were in pain. People were in physical pain. You know when you see a comedian and they're not funny and you feel so bad for them? This was like times 10. Now here's the thing, I'm playing my piece, and I kept playing. And I kept playing because there was no end. I didn't know where the end was. Now this went on for like 5 or 6 minutes, which must have felt like an eternity to the audience. Like, please God, make it stop. And I didn't know when to stop. And eventually I hit the last key. And here's what it sounded like. That's what it sounded like. Total dead silence. And like a true professional, I ran off stage. And I bawled my eyes out. And it was the most embarrassing moment of my life. And that was the last time that I played piano in public for the next 25 years. Remember my Freedom Day concert? Remember that video? The day that I left my day job and I decided to do the concert on the very campus that I was leaving my job from. And so I did the Freedom Day concert at the university. And that was the theme of the concert, was Freedom Day. And so, can you imagine what I did at my Freedom Day concert? Wait, what? No, man, I told my stories, and I sang my songs. You guys forgot about that already? It's like, what happened, man? Before I said it, you were like doing it. So I told my stories and I sang my songs, and my stories and my songs are all about facing your biggest fears and how to get to your Freedom Day. And I thought going into this concert, what's the biggest thing that scares me that I could do and I could live my message right in front of everybody? And I remembered that piano experience when I was 10 years old. And so before the concert, I decided to write a piece. And so I wrote this song on piano along with voice. And I told the story I just told you, my 10-year-old piano story. And then I had them bring out a grand piano, center stage. And I was freaked out. I told the story and I said, it's been 25 years since I've played piano in public. And I'm about to play for you right now. And I sat down at the piano. I put my fingers on the keys. And 10 seconds into the piece, I kept flowing. And I sang into the microphone. And it was one of the most liberating moments of my entire life. And it had nothing to do with how good I was or anything. It was just that I was facing my fear. And I played the entire piece, and I got done, and I stood up with my arms in the air, and everybody went crazy. And so did I, because I faced my biggest fear. And I cannot tell you what that did for me in my business, because I realized that if I could do that, I could do anything. That was way scarier than anything in my business. And after I faced my biggest fear, my music business soared.